Well, hello, and welcome to the Tao Manifesting Tarot. This is the tarot reading for serious tarot readers. Everything about this is arranged so that you get the full tarot experience in a very organized, succinct way. In fact, that's one of the things that I'm going to be working on in the next week or two. My segments have been running 15 to 20 minutes. I'm going to try to get that down to 5, as close to 5 as I can, and yet still add in a lot of information, including from time to time, on a regular basis, little astrology, little numerology. I've done those for 50 years. Those are the science of cycles, so they're extremely good in understanding what kind of cyclical features we're experiencing as a society. In other words, if you go back to the Declaration of Independence for the United States of America, July 4th, 1776, you had two planets. You had others, but two planets that were primarily in effect there, and that is Pluto and Uranus. Pluto, evolution; Uranus, revolution. Guess what? 250 years later, they're in the exact same spot. Exact same spots they were when we were signing the Declaration of Independence. And if you look around, not just at America, but the world, take a look at what's going on the western side of Canada. Take a look at what's going on in Europe with the elections. Take a look at what's happening here. We are literally in the United States in a literal civil war. No, not like what happened in 1860, but that spirit of revolution and evolution is mixing up here. Things are changing. So I will use the astrology, the cycles, so that you take that idea back from the Revolution, 1776, and bring it up to the present, because that's the kind of soup we're sitting in. And in fact, next year, about 15 months from now, we're going to celebrate our 250th anniversary as the United States of America. And it's interesting that the planets are essentially in the same place that they were when we were doing the revolution thing back in 1776. And the same spirit applies. So now, with that knowledge, now we go to tarot. Tarot is not a predicting tool. It is a manifesting tool. It is this science of potential. So with that in mind, I have now, and I'm going to really try to lock it down more tightly for you. You see here on the screen just 4 cards, 4 tarot cards. One in the middle is the Oracle. That kind of sets the mood. The Oracle card sets the mood for the reading. All of this aimed at not using a lot of astrological, numerological, tarot mumbo jumbo. I don't want to get into that kind of stuff. I don't want to get into the verbiage. I don't want to get into the jargon. What I want is to deliver a clear message so that you know what the energy is. We've reviewed what's going on in a much larger scope, maybe worldwide. Now you take those things, combine them together, and it makes the tarot reading even stronger. Helps you out to focus in on the energy. No distractions, just the 4 cards and the Oracle card. That's it. So let's get to it. Middle card is the Oracle card, as I said. And the message is, truth be told. There's a lot of that coming out right now, largely in part because of Uranus in the early degrees of Gemini. Geminis, and I have a Gemini ascendant for those who are familiar with the astrological stuff. We can't keep our mouths shut. It's like we've been injected with a phonograph needle. I mean, we just talk and talk and talk and talk, which is one of the reasons why I want to severely cut back the amount of time on this tarot reading as soon as I can. Next week or two, I should be in a position to do it. But there's a lot of information coming out, and that's the Uranus part in Gemini. And you have, at the same time, you have Pluto in Aquarius, very friendly relationship to Uranus right now. And that is the Aquarian kind of, let's take a look down the road to the future. And to add to all of that, in a very friendly relationship, we have Neptune and Saturn. So the problem is that you're getting these releases of information. You're finding things that have been hidden, but the Neptune part goes, so what the hell do we do with them? Okay, so I know this, or I would like to know more. I don't know the whole story. There's an element of deception. There's an element of, well, let's go to The Wizard of Oz, the movie. You know, when Toto pulls back the curtain and you get to see the wizard? Let's say Toto's only pulled back the curtain halfway. So we don't get the full picture. That's what the Neptune thing does. We know it's important. We know it's essential. But either we don't know all of it, enough of it, or even if we do, we don't know what the hell to do with it. But the idea is that the truth be told. Number up in the left-hand corner, 1 and 4, 14. So 1 means beginnings, 4 means stability, 5 means we're making a transition. We are looking for stability. The deep state, the billionaire psychopaths that pull the strings on our life and every single aspect of it is now been shown. You see the effects. You don't have all the parts and pieces, but you see the effects. You see what's happening, and there's more coming out. Again, with the Neptunian thing, it's like, okay, so what the hell do we do with this? Or have I seen all of it? There's that element of confusion that's holding people up, that's making them hesitant. But you see positive signs all over the place. You know, people in Europe are rising up. They're changing elections. They're bitching and moaning and yelling, finally standing up. People in the western half of Canada are saying we've had enough. We're not going to listen to the government anymore because they haven't worked with us. They haven't served us. They haven't treated us as citizens. We're getting ready to leave. And you see signs all over the place where people are just in flux. But again, that Neptune part is like, okay, so which way do I go? And with Neptune and Saturn being together in Aries, there's that hesitancy that I want to go, I want to do it, but I don't know enough, that kind of stuff. So what you need to do right now, in terms of the truth be told, you have to see beyond your eyes. The meme for today, little helpful information here. What's meant for you has a funny way of finding you at exactly the right moment when you're the readiest for it. Thing is, you won't always know that you're ready. And everything may unfold in an unexpected way. So that's where the leap of faith comes in. Trust and believe. See beyond your eyes. That's the only thing that's going to take you through all of this stuff, because we got the impetus. We want change. We want positive change. We want honesty. We want transparency. And when we get it, so what the hell do I do with it? That's the conundrum. So let's go all the way to the left. First card, Knight of Swords. Knights bring gifts. Swords are thoughts, ideas, beliefs given to us by other people. The Knight of Swords talks about incisiveness, acting with certainty. Wouldn't that be great? Because that's really what's holding a lot of people up. It's that Neptune, Saturn together in Aries. Aries is me, let's go, let's move, go. It's yang energy. Or yang, I guess is probably how you say it properly. But the point of the matter is with that Saturn there, just doesn't feel like it's time. That's why you need to walk with faith. And so the Knight of Swords is creating an opportunity, allowing you can choose no, but allowing you to see things, to act incisively, to act with intelligence, to act with certainty. Next card over says you may need a little help in that direction. It is the Four of Pentacles. Pentacles are our value system. If you're into things, more cars, more homes, more this, more that, more things, it may be working for you, but it doesn't bring happiness or contentment. A lot of people who have a lot of money are very unhappy because they're not feeding their soul. They're doing it the easy way. They're saying, here, I got billions of dollars. I can buy this. I can buy that. I still feel like a piece of shit afterwards. I feel empty. What's going on? I got the stuff. Why don't I feel more? Because that's not what life is about. And so what you're doing, this card's in reverse, this Four of Pentacles, is you're trying to figure out, okay, I want the truth to be told. I want to be able to act on it intelligently, wisely, but I'm going to have to think this thing through. And it probably is a pretty good idea to review for all of us to review our value system, because that's really what's wrong with the world. We have the idea that money makes it all better. No, it doesn't. It makes it worse, actually. Jim Carrey, the comedian, actor, said with the past couple of years, he says, I wish everybody could have all the money they wanted, all the money in the world that they wanted. Because, boy, they'd be disappointed. It doesn't make life any better at all. Easier in some regards, but not better. Next card over is my favorite card in all of the tarot deck, and that, of course, is the Fool. He's not a fool at all. He's very spiritual. The Fool is new beginnings. It's innocence. It's change. You see, all he's doing is carrying a knapsack. He's traveling light. He knows that anything that he owns him. You got that car, that nice car. Well, you got to put it in gasoline, of course. You got the insurance. You got to take care of the tires. You got to make sure that the oil is changed. You got to check the shocks. You got to make sure the engines are money. And cars are getting much more expensive. They're having a tough time making them dependable. The electric cars, not such a brilliant idea, especially when you take a look at Europe. A week or so ago, remember they had that big outage? Portugal, Spain, France, and just this week in England. And the funny part is, not so funny, but the people in Portugal were last week beating their chests. Look, we're the first country in the world to be all solar. We don't have any of this crappy power, this CO2 stuff. By the way, CO2 is what helps things grow. And if you take a look at the ice ages, you'll find that the CO2 stuff values were much lower than they are now. So less CO2 created ice ages. So here they go. They get to this announcement last week. First country in the world, all sun powered. Doggone it, same day they lose their power. And doubly crazy is the fact that, okay, so we're trying to sell this idea of renewable energy, and a lot of put up the solar stuff, just like they're doing in Portugal. Everything's solar panels. And what's happening? People like Bill Gates are flying above them, darkening the sky. We don't want too much sun. Well, make up your mind. What is it that you want? The sunlight gives us free energy, non-polluting energy. The CO2 helps things grow, and the last time CO2 levels got really low, half of what they are now, we had ice ages every time. Add more CO2, wow, we get to be livable. So, okay, solar power, but we're going to block out the sun. Does it make sense? So that's what I talk about. Everything that you own owns you. It's not a freebie, and the fool knows it. That's why he's traveling light, but he has faith. Take a look at that face. Take a look at me. Look where he's standing. That's an act of faith all by itself. And the final card is the Two of Wands. Twos are always choice. You got to make a decision. And wands are positivity, joy, excitement, enthusiasm, gratitude, being plugged into an honest life. Right? You have a life that means something to you. There's a reason to get your ass out of bed in the morning. So you have to right now look beyond your eyes. You have to see with faith. It's going to take a leap of faith. But that's the way you will truly get the truth delivered to you, and more importantly, then you're able to digest it. Because right now we're getting little revelations every single day about truth. It's overwhelming. And we can't make heads or tails out of it yet. I think there's a very good chance we will. Truth be told. That's the tarot reading for today. Back again tomorrow with another. Please like, subscribe, and share. Very, very important as we fight the internet with this algorithm thing. Like, subscribe, share. Thank you much. Back tomorrow with more. But between now and the next time you and I get together to talk tarot, peace and blessings.